The courtroom doors slammed shut behind Alex Rivera as he stormed out, his cheap suit soaked in sweat from the New York summer heat. At 25, the third-year law student had just lost his scholarship appeal, his final lifeline after his conservative parents cut him off when he came out as gay 2 years ago. Desperation clawed at him like a noose. With tuition due in days and eviction looming, he answered a cryptic ad on a discreet online forum. Wealthy gentleman seeks companion for legal union. Generous compensation. Alex met Richard Hargrove in a penthouse suite overlooking Central Park, the 71-year-old tech billionaire's eyes sharp, despite the lines etched by decades of boardroom battles. Richard's proposal was blunt. A marriage of convenience to secure his estate from greedy relatives, in exchange for covering Alex's debts, education, and $1 million trust upon divorce in 5 years. No strings, no intimacy, Richard assured. But his gaze lingered, hinting at unspoken loneliness in his vast, empty empire. They wed quietly in a Manhattan courthouse, the judge's gavel echoing like a death knell. Alex's heart raced, not from joy, but from the gnawing guilt of trading vows for survival. His mind flashed to his estranged family in rural Pennsylvania, devout Catholics who'd called his orientation a sin. What would they say if they knew he'd married a man old enough to be his grandfather? As they signed the papers, Richard squeezed his hand, a gesture too warm for a business deal. That night, alone in his new guest room in Richard's Upper East Side mansion, Alex stared at the ceiling, wondering if this was salvation or a deeper trap. The first cracks appeared swiftly. Richard's niece, Elena, a sharp-tongued venture capitalist in her 40s, cornered Alex at a family dinner. "You're nothing but a gold-digging opportunist," she hissed, her eyes blazing with inherited entitlement. Richard defended him fiercely, but the accusation stung because part of it felt true. Alex buried himself in law books, attending classes by day and navigating high society galas by night, where whispers followed him like shadows. The old man's toy boy. The judgment fueled his isolation. Old friends drifted away, labeling him a sellout, while new acquaintances eyed him with envy or pity. Yet, amidst the tension, unexpected moments bloomed. Richard shared stories of his closeted youth in the 1970s, building a fortune in Silicon Valley while hiding his truth from a world that would destroy him. "I fought for acceptance in boardrooms, but never in my heart," he confessed one evening over chess in the library. Alex found himself opening up about his own battles. Bullying in high school, the rejection from his parents that left him homeless for a month before law school. Their conversations stretched into the night, forging a bond that blurred the lines of their agreement. But pressure mounted from all sides. Alex's mother called unexpectedly, her voice trembling with forced civility. "We've heard rumors, Alexander. Is it true you're involved with an older man? For money?" He denied the marriage, claiming it was just a job, but the lie twisted like a knife. Meanwhile, Richard's health faltered. A routine checkup revealed early signs of heart trouble, prompting Elena to push for a competency evaluation. "He's vulnerable, and you're exploiting it," she accused in a heated family meeting, documents in hand outlining her plan to contest the will. Alex faced his first moral crossroads. Stay silent and protect his future, or defend Richard and risk exposure. He chose the latter, testifying in a private hearing about Richard's sharp mind and their genuine connection. The judge ruled in their favor, but the victory was Pyrrhic. Elena's glare promised retribution, and Alex's conscience screamed that he deepened the deception. That night, Richard thanked him with a rare embrace, his frailty evident. "You're more than a contract to me now," he whispered. Alex pulled away, heart pounding. Affection was stirring, but so was doubt. Was this love, or just survival's cruel mimicry? As weeks turned to months, societal backlash intensified. A tabloid leak exposed their marriage, splashed across headlines. Billionaires made December gay wedding shocks elite circles. Protests erupted outside Richard's company headquarters, conservative groups decrying it as moral decay. Alex's law professors sidelined him in discussions. Peers whispered about favoritism. The weight crushed him. He skipped classes, drowning in anxiety meds prescribed in secret. In a moment of vulnerability, Alex confronted Richard. "Did you plan this? Use me as a shield against your family." Richard's face crumpled. "I was alone, Alex. You gave me hope." The admission sparked their first real kiss, a tentative emotional exchange that shattered the facade. But as Alex lay awake later, an anonymous email arrived. "Your husband has secrets. Dig into his past or regret it." Attached was a faded photo of a young Richard with a mysterious man, dated 2006. The seed of suspicion planted, Alex's world tilted toward chaos. The email haunted Alex like a ghost. He deleted it at first, chalking it up to Elena's sabotage, but curiosity gnawed. In the quiet hours after Richard retired, Alex slipped into the study, rifling through locked drawers with a spare key he'd found. Amidst old contracts, he uncovered a file labeled Regrets. Letters from a man named Victor Kane, pleading for reconciliation after a bitter fallout in the early 2000s. "You destroyed my life for your ambition," one read, dated 2005. Richard caught him the next morning, his expression a mix of hurt and resignation. "Victor was my first love," he admitted, sinking into an armchair. "We built Hargrove Tech together, but I bought him out when he wanted to go public too soon. He accused me of betrayal, vanished after a lawsuit. Haven't heard from him in 20 years. Alex pressed for details, but Richard clammed up, changing the subject to their upcoming anniversary gala. The evasion fueled Alex's paranoia. Was Victor the email sender? And why now? Family tensions escalated at the gala, a lavish affair in the Hamptons. Elena arrived uninvited, cornering Richard in the garden. Alex overheard her venom. "That boy's using you, uncle. Wake up before he drains you dry." Richard's retort was firm, but later he collapsed from chest pains, rushed to the ER. Doctors diagnosed stress-induced arrhythmia, prescribing rest. In the hospital room, Alex held his hand, whispering assurances, but guilt surged. Had his digging contributed? Discharged, Richard grew distant, burying himself in work. Alex, feeling adrift, confided in his only remaining friend, Jamie, a fellow gay law student. "It's not just money anymore," Alex admitted over coffee in a dingy Brooklyn cafe. "I care about him, but there's something off." Jamie urged caution. "Society already sees you as a predator. If this blows up, your career's toast." The words echoed Alex's fears. Bar exams loomed, and scandals could bar him from practice. Societal prejudice hit harder. Alex's parents showed up unannounced at the mansion, his father red-faced with rage. "We raised you better than to whore yourself out," he bellowed. His mother wept, clutching a Bible. "Repent, son. This is abomination." Alex stood his ground, defending his choices, but the confrontation left scars. Richard comforted him afterward, but the incident exposed fractures. "Your family's pain is real, Alex. Maybe this was a mistake." Pushed to his limits, Alex hired a private investigator with funds from his allowance. The PI, a grizzled ex-cop named Marissa, dug into Victor Kane. "Guy's a ghost," she reported weeks later. Last sighting, 2006, after losing everything in court to Hargrove. Rumors of him plotting revenge. Alex's stomach dropped. The timeline matched the email. He confronted Richard again, showing the file. "Is Victor after you?" Richard paled. "He threatened me once, but it's ancient history." But history resurfaced violently. One night, as they dined at home, a brick shattered the window, wrapped in a note, "Payback's coming, thief." Police dismissed it as a prank, but Alex saw fear in Richard's eyes. Elena denied involvement, but her smug smile during a follow-up call raised suspicions. Alex's internal conflict raged. Protect Richard and risk his own safety, or bail and salvage his life. He chose loyalty, installing security cameras and urging Richard to go public about their past. "Hiding makes us targets," Alex argued. Richard relented partially, sharing more. Victor had been his partner in every sense, but ambition drove the split. "I chose empire over love," he confessed, tears streaming. The vulnerability deepened their bond. Alex moved into the master bedroom, their relationship evolving into quiet companionship, hand-holding walks in the park defying stares. Yet betrayal loomed. Marissa called with a bombshell. Victor's alive, living under an alias in California, and Elena's been wiring him money. Alex's world spun. Was Elena conspiring with Victor? He debated telling Richard, weighing the damage. In a heated decision, he kept silent, investigating further. A choice that would cost dearly. As autumn leaves fell, so did illusions. Alex tailed Elena to a discreet meeting in Queens, spotting her with a man matching Victor's description. Overhearing snippets. 20 years of planning. The old man's time is up. Heart racing, Alex fled, but not before Victor noticed him. That night, anonymous calls began. Back off, kid, or you're collateral. The threats escalated, turning Alex's life into a nightmare. Sleepless nights blurred into days of paranoia. He jumped at shadows, double-checking locks. Richard noticed the change, pressing for answers. What's eating you, Alex? In a moment of weakness, Alex confessed the email and investigation, omitting Elena's involvement to spare Richard more pain. Victor's back, he said, voice trembling. Richard's reaction was explosive. You went behind my back? He stormed out, retreating to his office for hours. When he emerged, regret softened his features. I should have told you everything. Victor wasn't just a business partner. He was my everything until I betrayed him for greed. The full story poured out. In 2006, Richard falsified documents to edge Victor out, ruining his reputation. He swore vengeance, but I thought time healed it. Their reconciliation was bittersweet, strengthening their emotional tie. Alex found solace in Richard's arms, not passion, but profound care, defying age and expectations. But societal whispers grew louder. A conservative talk show host lambasted their marriage as predatory, sparking online hate campaigns. Alex's law school dean suggested a leave of absence. Distractions like this affect performance. The isolation deepened his dependence on Richard, blurring love and necessity. Family rifts widened. Alex's sister, Maria, reached out secretly. Mom and Dad are devastated, but I support you. Just be careful. Her words offered a lifeline, but the divide felt insurmountable. Meanwhile, Elena ramped up her attacks, filing a lawsuit claiming undue influence in the marriage. In court, Alex testified under oath, his voice steady despite the grilling. Our union is real, born from mutual respect. The judge dismissed the case, but Elena's parting shot chilled him. This isn't over. Driven by resolve, Alex met Marissa again. Confirm Elena's ties to Victor. The PI delivered evidence. Bank transfers, emails plotting to expose Richard's past fraud. They're aiming to bankrupt him, maybe worse. Alex faced a harrowing choice. Confront Elena and risk family implosion, or alert authorities anonymously. He opted for confrontation, arranging a private meeting at a neutral cafe. Elena arrived smug, sipping espresso. What do you want, boy toy? Alex laid out the proof, voice low. Stop this or I'll go public. Her laugh was cold. You think Uncle's innocent? He destroyed lives, including mine. Cut my parents off after a dispute. Victor's my ally for justice. The revelation twisted everything. Elena's motive was personal vendetta, not just greed. Join us, Alex. Walk away rich. The offer tempted him momentarily. Freedom from judgment, a fresh start, but loyalty won. No deal. The fallout was immediate. Victor's threats turned physical. Slashed tires on Alex's car. An ominous package at the door containing old photos of Richard and Victor, defaced. Richard's health deteriorated under stress. Another hospital visit revealed worsening heart issues. I can't lose you, Alex whispered bedside, realizing his feelings had evolved into genuine love, fraught with ethical quandaries. Was loving someone for security immoral? In a bold move, Alex contacted the FBI, tipping them off about potential fraud and harassment. Agents interviewed him discreetly, but leaks occurred. Tabloids screamed, Billionaire's husband turned snitch. Society's backlash peaked. Protests at law school forced Alex to study remotely. Friends abandoned him entirely, labeling him a traitor. Richard, upon learning of the FBI involvement, was torn. "You protected me, but at what cost?" Their argument raged. Alex defending his actions as necessary, Richard fearing escalation. In the heat, Richard revealed a final secret. "I have a will clause disinheriting Elena if proven disloyal." The knowledge empowered Alex, but also burdened him with more decisions. As winter approached, Victor made his move. A late-night call. "Meet me alone or Richard pays." Alex agreed, wired by the FBI in secret. At an abandoned warehouse in Brooklyn, Victor emerged, aged but furious. "Your husband's a monster. He took everything." Alex listened, empathy stirring for the broken man, but stood firm. "Revenge won't heal you." The confrontation turned volatile. Victor lunged, but agents swarmed in, arresting him. Elena's arrest followed, evidence mounting. Richard's empire shook, stocks plummeting amid scandals. In the chaos, Alex questioned everything. Had his choices saved them, or doomed their fragile happiness? The arrest sent shockwaves through Richard's world. Media frenzy descended, helicopters buzzing over the mansion, reporters camping outside. Gay marriage scandal. Billionaire's nephew-in-law exposes fraud. Headlines blared. Alex shielded Richard from the worst, managing calls and statements. But the toll was visible. Richard's once vibrant eyes dulled, his steps slower. Internally, Alex wrestled demons. His actions had exposed Richard's past misdeeds, inviting SEC investigations into the 2006 buyout. "Did I betray you by digging?" he asked one stormy night. Richard sighed. "No, you forced truth. But truth hurts." Their bond strained under scrutiny. Affectionate moments rarefied, replaced by tense silences. Alex pondered the moral gray. Was unearthing buried sins righteous, or selfish preservation? Family reckonings intensified. Alex's parents demanded a meeting, arriving with ultimatums. Divorce him, come home, we'll forgive. His father's plea masked control. His mother's tears genuine grief. Alex refused, articulating his love. "Richard's my partner, not a phase." The door slammed on reconciliation, leaving Alex orphaned in spirit. Maria called supportively, but the fracture ached. Societal condemnation peaked at a congressional hearing on corporate ethics, where Richard testified remotely. Protesters chanted slurs outside, equating their marriage to corruption. Alex attended in solidarity, facing jeers. "Freak show!" The humiliation fueled his resolve to fight back, volunteering at LGBTQ+ advocacy groups, channeling pain into purpose. But doubts crept. Had marrying for money invited this karma? Elena's trial loomed, her lawyers painting Alex as the manipulator. In depositions, she accused him of entrapment. "He seduced my uncle for inheritance." The smears eroded Alex's confidence. Law school peers petitioned for his expulsion, citing distractions. The dean relented partially, allowing remote completion, but bar eligibility hung in balance. Victor's plea deal revealed more. A 20-year plot involving forged documents to frame Richard for embezzlement. Elena funded it, he confessed, turning state's evidence for leniency. The betrayal cut Richard deep. He disinherited her fully, rewriting the will to benefit charities and Alex. "You've earned it," he told Alex, but the gesture felt tainted. Reward for endurance, not love. In a pivotal moment, Richard proposed renewing vows genuinely. No contracts this time. Alex hesitated, torn by ethics. Accept and embrace their flawed union, or walk away clean. He chose renewal, a small ceremony with Jamie as witness. Vows exchanged amid tears. "Through betrayals and truths, I choose you." But joy was short-lived. Post-ceremony, Richard suffered a minor stroke, doctors warning of fragility. Recovery brought introspection. Alex quit law school temporarily, focusing on Richard's care and advocacy work. He penned op-eds on age gap relationships in the gay community, challenging stereotypes. Responses mixed. Support from progressives, vitriol from traditionalists. The exposure invited death threats, forcing them into seclusion. A surprise visit from Victor post-bail shattered the calm. "I came to apologize," he said at the door, weathered and remorseful. Richard invited him in, old wounds reopening. Over tea, Victor shared his side. Poverty after the fallout, Elena's manipulation fueling his rage. "She used my pain." The trio talked for hours, forgiveness tentative. Alex mediated, seeing parallels in their damages, choices, heavy prices. But closure eluded. Elena's conviction for conspiracy brought relief, but Richard's company board ousted him amid scandals. Assets frozen, they downsized to a modest brownstone. Alex took a paralegal job, supporting them both. The reversal humbled him. From rags to riches, back to struggle, but with love's anchor. As spring bloomed, Alex reflected on sacrifices. Had exposing the plot saved Richard, or accelerated his decline? The question lingered, decisions echoes resounding. Downsizing stripped away illusions of grandeur, but fortified their resilience. The brownstone in Brooklyn Heights became a sanctuary, far from Manhattan's glare. Richard adapted slowly, his billionaire habits clashing with budget realities. Learning to cook simple meals, walking to appointments. Alex juggled work and caregiving, his law dreams deferred but not dead. Internal conflicts persisted. Alex grappled with resentment. Toward Elena for her treachery, Victor for his vengeance, even Richard for the secrets that ensnared him. Therapy sessions, funded by remnants of the trust, unpacked layers, childhood rejection fueling his desperation, societal homophobia amplifying isolation. "You're not defined by others' judgments," the counselor affirmed, but internalizing it proved arduous. Family outreach flickered. Maria visited, bridging gaps with stories of home. "Mom prays for you daily." The gesture warmed Alex, but full reconciliation demanded compromises he couldn't make. His parents' silence spoke volumes, a moral standoff on love's validity. Societal evolution offered glimmers. A documentary on their story aired, portraying Alex as a whistleblower hero. Support poured in, donations to LGBTQ+ causes in their name, invitations to speak at Pride events. But backlash endured. Conservative pundits decried it as promoting deviant lifestyles. At a panel in D.C., Alex faced hecklers. "You're destroying family values." He countered eloquently, "Love isn't age-bound or wealth-defined. It's choice amid chaos." Richard's health stabilized, but vulnerability lingered. A routine scan revealed arterial blockages, necessitating surgery. Pre-op, he confided fears. "If I don't make it, know you saved me from loneliness." Alex's tears flowed. The operation succeeded, but recovery tested them. Richard's dependence highlighted power imbalances. Alex as caretaker, echoing initial dynamics. Post-surgery, a letter from Elena arrived from prison. "I hated you both, but regret the hurt." Richard burned it, unforgiving. Some bridges stay ash. The decision weighed on Alex. Advocate mercy or let justice stand. He chose silence, respecting Richard's pain. Professional setbacks mounted. Alex's bar application faced scrutiny due to scandals. Ethics committees debated his moral character. He fought back with affidavits from advocates, arguing growth through adversity. The hearing was grueling. "Did financial gain influence your marriage?" Alex's response: "Initially, yes, but love transcended it." Approval came narrowly, a testament to perseverance. Their relationship deepened amid trials. Evening strolls in Prospect Park, hand in hand, defied stares. Richard mentored Alex on business ethics, sharing wisdom hard-earned. Ambition without heart destroys. Alex applied it, volunteering legal aid for queer youth, paying forward survival. Yet new threats emerged. Victor, released on parole, contacted Alex privately. "Elena's not done. She has allies." Paranoia resurfaced. Alex hired security, straining finances. The revelation: Elena had smuggled instructions to a former employee, plotting to leak fabricated evidence of Alex's complicity in fraud. Confronted with proof, Alex alerted authorities again. Raids ensued, thwarting the scheme. But the ordeal exhausted Richard, leading to another health scare. A panic attack mimicking a heart episode. "This vendetta's endless," he lamented. Alex vowed to end it, traveling to Elena's prison for a face-to-face. In the visiting room, Elena's defiance cracked. "Why fight so hard?" Alex replied. "For love, flawed as it is." Her admission. "Jealousy drove me. Uncle chose you over blood." The exchange planted seeds of truce. Elena agreed to cease hostilities, perhaps seeking redemption. Returning home, Alex shared the breakthrough. Richard's relief was palpable, but caution remained. As summer waned, they planned a quiet life, travel, advocacy, healing. Alex resumed law studies, bar passage in sight. But questions haunted. Had their union been worth the wreckage? Stability beckoned, but shadows lingered. With Elena's truce holding, threats receded, allowing breathing room. Richard regained vigor, launching a foundation for LGBTQ plus elders, channeling fortune's remnants into good. Alex passed the bar, clerking for a progressive judge, his career trajectory mending. Yet, personal reckonings demanded attention. Alex revisited his roots, driving to Pennsylvania for an unannounced visit. His parents' welcome was wary. Conversations tiptoed around divides. "We've missed you," his mother admitted. His father grumbled. "But that lifestyle," Alex challenged gently. "It's not a choice, it's me." Departure brought tentative promises of future talks. A crack in the wall. Societal acceptance grew incrementally. Their story inspired a book deal, Alex authoring chapters on resilience amid prejudice. Launches drew crowds, questions probing ethics. Was marrying for money justifiable? Alex's candor. Desperation birthed it, but authenticity sustained it. Debates raged online, polarizing views on age gap unions. Richard's past caught up definitively. SEC fines for 2006 irregularities depleted savings, but settlements closed chapters. "I've paid my dues," he reflected. Victor reformed, collaborated on the foundation, turning enmity to alliance. "Forgiveness redeems," he told Alex privately. Their love, tested by fire, emerged refined. Anniversaries celebrated intimately, reflecting on journeys. From contract to commitment. Alex's internal peace solidified. Therapy affirmed his choice's validity, despite costs. But high drama returned unexpectedly. An anonymous tip revealed Elena's truce as ruse. She'd orchestrated a final ploy from prison, hiring hackers to expose Richard's medical records, painting him incompetent. The breach hit news cycles, stocks of former associates tanking. Alex, now a licensed attorney, led the legal counterattack, suing for defamation and privacy violations. The courtroom battle was epic. Facing Elena's proxies, Alex argued passionately, "This isn't justice, it's obsession." Evidence dismantled the plot. Convictions followed. Elena's sentence extended, closure at last. In aftermath, Richard proposed retiring to California, away from New York's frenzy. Alex agreed, packing dreams anew. Their move symbolized rebirth. Modest home by the sea, where waves washed away residues. Years condensed into contentment. Alex built a practice aiding marginalized communities. Richard mentored from afar. Bonds with family mended slowly. Parents attended a holiday dinner, awkward but hopeful. Reflecting on the saga, Alex pondered the moral maze. Betrayals avenged, loves defended, prices paid in health, reputation, and peace. Was exposing the 20-year vendetta the right choice, or did it perpetuate cycles of pain? In the end, their story posed a timeless question. In the pursuit of love and justice, is every sacrifice truly justified, or do some wounds prove too deep to heal?